tackle all of these books. So let's get to organizing, get some reading in, and maybe even go book browsing. I mean, what's a bookish day without book shopping? So let's have some fun. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alexis Brianna, and I am so glad that you're here. So after my big book haul and my trip to Books A Million, I said at this point, it is time to get these shelves organized. And I have a solo date day planned tomorrow where I'm going to get some reading in, some breakfast. I have some adult errands to do in the middle because life is life, but that's neither here nor there. We're also going to go back to Books A Million because there are a couple of books that I saw in the bargain section that I'm like, dang, I should have got those books because they were on sale. And, clearly I need more books at this point, and I really feel like you can never have too many books. You can't have too many books. So anyways, I wanted to bring you along because I was like, this is going to be a fun day and a half-ish. So this is going to be like a day in the life-ish, day and a half-ish of the life kind of. What? Anyways, it's going to be a fun day and a half. So wanted to bring you along. So grab something to drink, grab something to eat, and let's get these shelves organized and have a fun bookish day. All right, so before I get to organizing, I want to walk you through how my shelf is currently organized, and we'll go from there. So on the top shelf on the left-hand side, I have the Ali Carter series. This is one of the two series that got me into reading. Then we have my classics, and then Twilight, which is the second series, which really got me into reading when I was younger. And then on the second shelf on the left-hand side, I would say this is more of like self-help. I think there's some that could probably fit in this next section, which is to the right, which is more of the Christian self-help, self-improvement, discovery-ish genre. Again, I think that there are some on the left side that I probably could move over to the right. But for now, we'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone for now. On the third shelf, I have my romantasy on the left, and then, or fantasy, because when I'm not reading Eye of the World, it goes over here as well. But it's really the Eye of the World is really the only genuine fantasy that I have. So that's why I kind of stick it with romantasy for now. I am getting more of this pure fantasy, so I probably need to create a section for that. But the next section on the third shelf is my romance. Down below on the fourth shelf is my parenting, pregnancy, NICU books. On the right is business. So what I'm thinking is I just take stacks from here and kind of try to fit them in this section. What I'm thinking, walk with me. What I'm thinking is the romance section is probably going to have its own shelf. And then fantasy is probably going to have to find somewhere. And then I think what I want to do is take my nostalgic series, because it's really for me. It's not books that I actively am reading. I think I'm going to move those to the bottom. Because I don't really necessarily need those in my eye line. I really want to see the books that I'm going to be reading heavily. So I think preemptively, I'm going to move the books from the top to the bottom and then get to organizing. I'll try to put them maybe on the floor. I don't have a large table. Or no, I can get a table. I can get a table to put here to help me organize this in different piles and stacks. So yes, I think I'm going to move that preemptively to the bottom, and then we'll get these into stacks and then go from there. Because that's what we're going to do. Okay, be right back. Okay, now that I have that moved, I want to get these organized. So this is Dating Dr. Dill. This is a romance. I can't remember. I think this was like fake dating / forced proximity or something like that. But I love the cover. That's why I initially got it. It was diverse and just loved it. And I saw it everywhere. I literally saw it in all of the book stores and online and everything. Oh, this is a YA fantasy. This is Dragon Fruit. I definitely want to add this to my TBR soon. This is YA fantasy. Did I say that? I don't know. I'm out of breath. A love song by Ricky Wilde. This is going to be romance, so this will go here. Oh, this is a classic. I absolutely love Wuthering Heights. Just this is so beautiful. So this is gonna go down on my classic section. I don't even have to put that in a stack. This is the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. This is a business fable that I'm really interested eventually to get into this, or it says a leadership fable. Excuse me, a leadership fable. So I'm just gonna stick that here. Let me move that there. So that's the business section. Oh, this is another one of the Allie Carter books. I Tell You I Love You, But I Have to Kill You. I believe this is the first book in the series, but this is a part of the series that I've been waiting on that I was trying to get the nostalgic covers of and found them. So that goes there. Okay. Queen Bee by Emily. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Howard. I am a sucker for a good cover. This is going to go in the romance section. This is another one of the Allie Carter books for the Gallagher series. That's going to go down there. This is The Body Keeps Score by Basil van der Kolk. Probably saying that wrong. Anyways, I am interested in this book. This is going to be a heavy read, so I don't know when I'm adding this to my TBR, quite honestly, because it's a thick one. And so this is going to be our first self-help in the stack. Okay, so this one's interesting. This is Mary Monroe. I'm currently reading Mrs. Wiggins by Mary Monroe, and this is the second book in the series. I picked this up at Half Price Books. No, not Half Price Books. At Books A Million. And I didn't know it was the second book until I looked it up. Oh my gosh, this sticker. I hate stickers so much. And this one, anyways, focus. I'm going to just put this in a stack. I don't have a lot of historical fiction because it's not a genre I reach for a lot, but I love the cover again. So this is going to be its own stack for now. And I don't think I have any other historical fictions to stick it with. I don't know. We're going to have to figure this one out. So I'm going to put this on the stack there. This is another YA. I'm like, should I do YA as its own bookshelf or should I stick it with its genre? Is the question. Because this, I think, it's YA. This is The Chosen One by Echo Brown. And again, another cover that I loved, representation, but it also is a YA that focuses on the story of Echo Brown and her experience as a first generation college student, but also a first generation Ivy League student. So more specifically, so interested in this, but don't know where I'm going to just do a YA for now, stack, and then see how much YA, because this is another YA. I, again, love this cover, but the first book had really great reviews, and I didn't find that out technically until after I bought it and looked it up. So I'm really excited about this one. This is Soul of the Deep by Natasha Bowen. Natasha Bowen. Really excited about that. So I'm just going to create a YA stack and go from there. All right, this is the Before I Let Go, and This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I'll just preemptively slide that in here because that goes with her books for the Skyland series. That looks cute. Okay. This is another romance. This is The Boyfriend Project by Farrah Rashan. And I think I shared this. I think that I've read something from her, like in college. I just remember her name, but I can't remember what book it is. So this is my attempt to get back into her writing because I love the cover and it looks like a good time. So that's going to go into romance. Allie Hazelwood. Again, don't know if I ever plan on reading this. I just wanted to support because of all the foolishness online. I won't even go down the rabbit hole. So that's going to go into romance. This is the last book or not technically the last. I think this is the third book in the series I can't remember the number right now, but it's one of the 6 that I've been waiting on. So this series is now complete for my shelf. So we're going to put that down there. Oh, and this is the other classic that I picked up. I just love this cover. This is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Absolutely love this. All right, the last 2. These are also YA, but they're fantasy. So this would be like the fantasy YA. Well, no, this would be the fantasy YA. And then this, I don't know what this one technically would fall under. I need to look this one up. What is this genre? Okay, so it just says YA. Okay, we may have to see this one and this one. I think I may stick together. Like if I do a fantasy row, what I'd really love to do one day is do organization via colors. Like I love bookshelves that have covers or are organized by color. However, I don't think I'll be able to find like the books. So I'm like, I gotta do it by genre. I don't think I can do colors. The way that my mind works, I don't think I could do colors. Anyways, how is your bookshelf organized? Is it by colors, genre, or do you have another system? All right, so I'm going to stick this. This is the Body Keep score. I'm gonna stick it up here in the blue section, or it's orange on the spine. So I have to stick it here because I don't want to separate authors. And I actually think I'm going to move this because this is more Christian self-help. So I think I'm going to move it over here. Do I have any other self-help? I think that's it. I think that's it for the self-help business. This will look good like this. Yeah. Okay. Here's where things get sticky. I think I'm gonna have to move. Okay.
A few moments later.
I'm not really in love with that. Let me move this so you can see. I don't really love it. But I'm like, what? Oh, I still have these, which I'm gonna stick these here with fantasy, even though they're like a romance-y. I don't know. I'm like, I feel like they just wouldn't fit in romance. Okay, I don't mind this. I gotta straighten it out. Don't mind this. Don't mind this. This is bothering me because it's sticking out. This right here, I'm not loving. What to do? I'm stuck. Maybe it's because it's late. I've been working and the creative juices are not flowing. I don't know what it is, but I don't like that fourth row. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I have a few configurations in mind that I think may or may not work. I don't know. But the way things are looking, I think that the parenting books may be too thick to put down here with the fantasy. Because the thing is I don't read, again, a lot of the classics all the time. I don't read literary fiction a lot. So I don't need that in eyesight. And I want to keep the genres that I read a lot in eyesight, which is fantasy, self-help, development, whatever you want to call it, Christian books, and romance. Like those are, I would say, my top 3 genres. So I want to keep this like little L situation. I want to keep that in eyesight. I do read business books, but it's very specific when I read them. And I do read parenting books, but it's very specific when I read them. But I'm thinking about moving one of these sections down here. I think that's what I'm going to do.
One eternity later.
So I think I may do a little zhuzhing tomorrow, but I'm tired. And I'm breaking a sweat. I didn't realize that this was going to be a workout. I didn't realize. And I don't work out like that. I am actually allergic to working out. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take a break. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. Maybe at the end of the day. Maybe. We'll see. But I'm happy that all of the books at least are on the shelf and organized. Just got to figure out a couple of sections. All right, yeah, we're just going to call it a night, and I will see you tomorrow for our bookish day. home and I gotta say, today was a really fun day. I really enjoyed it and really enjoyed just getting all of the books on the shelf last night. And I realized after like thinking on it and looking at all the books, because I'm like, what do I need to move around? That Love and Whiskey was in the self-help, and it's not a self-help. It is a historical nonfiction. It follows the life. I'll grab it. It follows the life of Nearest Reid, or not follows. It basically tells his story. And he was I believe the distiller, or like, I believe he was a distiller that taught Jack Daniel or something like that. I don't know. It's their stories are interweaved. Oh, there it is. Nearest became Jack Daniel Distillery's first ever master distiller and the only known master distiller for Old Distillery Number 7. And it says Nearest befriended young Jack Daniel and taught him how to make whiskey. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he taught Jack Daniel how to make whiskey, and Fawn Weaver basically started Uncle Nearest, which is using formulas from Nearest Green. And anyways, it goes through both of their stories, weaves them together, and I think it talks a bit about both his story and also just the start and rise of Uncle Nearest. And so this is definitely not a self-help. You know, there's probably quotes in here that will probably help and all of those things, but that's not the genre. The genre is history, and I think this probably would fit under a biography. I'm pretty sure this would also fit under biography. Anyways, it is now on the top shelf with the one historical fiction that I have and the one lit fic that I have, because I don't have a lot of physical books in those genres, so I'm just sticking those up there by themselves. Anyways, just wanted to clarify, because I was like, why was that in the self-help? Like, why? Like, how did I miss that? Anyways, let's dive into the books that I got from Books A Million, and you would be proud. I didn't go too crazy. Now, I will say, one of the books that I was looking for, which was a fantasy that I saw last time I was there, which I think was like a week ago. Was it a week? Or what? I don't know. The last time I was there, the days are meshing together at this point. Only one of the fantasies that I saw was there, and then I ended up getting what I believe is a romance. So let's dive into it. Okay. All right, so first up we have the fantasy, or it's technically a romantasy, which is Fall of Ruin and Wrath by Jennifer Armentrout. I have never read anything from her, so she's a new to me author, but I know she writes a lot of fantasy, a lot of romantasy. I've seen this cover on TikTok and other places. I don't know any creators that I follow who have reviewed it, but from what I've heard, she has high fantasy in her books, which I really appreciate. So I'm really excited to dive into this. I won't read the inside jacket, because when I was reading it in the store, I think that based on what I was reading, I think it would ruin it if you don't want to know certain things, or you want to go into it a little bit blind. So what I'll say about what I understand from the inside cover is there is a girl, a woman. It doesn't say her age. I believe she's a woman. We're going to say she's a woman. Her name is Callista, and she essentially has like special abilities, and those special abilities lead her into a quest, a mission of sorts, and this book basically follows her along that path. Again, it is I don't know if I said this, but it's a romantasy, so there's going to be some romance aspects along in her quest, and yeah, I'm just really excited. Really excited about it. When I looked it up, it didn't seem that it is gonna have a part 2, or I don't know if there's a part 2 in the works or anything like that. So this may be a standalone fantasy, which I think I can appreciate. I think there's a lot of fantasies that are a part of a series, so to be able to have a completed work, if that is the case, I'll probably have to do a little bit more research before I dive into it, because I do not want to start another fantasy series that is in the middle of the series. I don't want to do that again. So anyways, before I dive into this, I'm definitely gonna be sure to make sure that it is one of one, or that how many books is she planning to put in this series. So really excited about this pickup, especially because it was only $8. Okay, so the second book that I got from Books A Million is my first Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I know. All the girls have been reading Taylor Jenkins Reid since I think it was like Her Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo or something like that. I probably butchered that title. But anyways, since that book came out, everybody's been reading it. And then I think she also wrote Daisy Jones and the Six. So I know I'm behind on Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think she did Daisy Jones and the Six. Pretty sure. Anyways, I know the girls have been reading. I am behind on the curve, okay? But the first book that I got from her is One True Loves. And when I read the back of this book, oh my gosh, juicy, juicy. I won't read the whole thing because, again, I don't want to give too much away, but essentially it follows Emma. And Emma marries, her high school sweetheart. They fall in love. He goes missing. Not going to say how he goes missing or the circumstances around the missingness, okay? But basically he is assumed unalived. I don't know if you can say he's no longer with us on Earth, basically. That's what is assumed. She moves on with her life. Eventually, I think it's years later. Yeah, at this point, years later. And she gets engaged, falls in love, and her husband that was presumed not amongst the land of the living comes back. And basically, it just follows the aftermath of that. And I think it starts with, like, I think we'll see where it starts in the timeline, but from what it says on the back of the book, it seems like it follows the path of, like, they get married and it just goes through the whole shebang. That sounds pretty good. I'm not always a lover of a love triangle trope. I feel like usually the person doesn't choose the person that I would have wanted them to choose, and I haven't had the best luck with love triangles, but this sounds interesting. This sounds like a Lifetime movie. So this may be my, like, first book that I enjoy that is love triangle. I don't know when I'll pick this up, but again, I think when I'm interested in having, like, a drama filled book, this is something that I am going to pick up. And it doesn't seem like it's too crazy long. It is 327. Yeah, it's 327. So, not too bad. Not as long as some of the fantasies that I am reading. It's not as big as Eye of the World. So, Anyways, but I'm really excited to finally add Taylor Jenkins Reid to my bookshelf. All right, and that is it for our bookish and a half day. I guess that was what we could call it, because it wasn't like a day in the life. It was more like a bookish day and a half in the life-ish. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you've made it to this point in the video, welcome to the end of the video, crew. Be sure to drop a blue heart in the comment section. I always love to know who's hung out with me until the end of the video, and I love chatting it up with you in the comment section. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a new video from me. Until the next time, happy reading. Bye, y'all.